All right. So good evening, everyone. This is Pat. I'm presenting on behalf of Lightning. He's unable to join tonight. So I'm just going to go over the report and let's just follow through. And I think I would want people to ask questions after this because I think his report is got some additional things that we didn't see in the previous report, and we can ask those questions like, okay, why do we have this here? And what else can go on this report? But I think he has basically written this report more than what you would expect an entry level SOC analyst person would do. That's just my opinion. So it started with an introduction to tell us the purpose of the report, and that is to present findings from the investigation of malicious network traffic using Wireshark. And he highlighted the scope. So the scope of the um, of the analysis is to show us the report of the analysis of suspicious network activity observed. He's telling us what file is assessing. All right. So, and it's because we got two files, and I think this is really good. It's being specific, saying I'm analyzing this file. So that's the Pcap file. So, and he highlighted the timestamp that was on it. So as soon as you import, you're going to see the details there. And that's the file name. Then he gave a background. So briefly, the incident was flagged during routine network monitoring and required further investigation, which was really obvious. And we have the executive summary. He said the key findings. So identify malicious communication to an unknown destination IP address. This from this. So that he identified the destination IP and the source IP. So he mentioned the recommendations. Said blacklist the IP address, conduct a thorough system scan, and update security controls. Then summary of actions. It said immediate isolation of affected systems and network segments. So he put all these three things in the executive summary. So please take note of that because we might have questions around what he has in his content here. Then he went on into the incident overview. So a summary detail of the incident, unusual network traffic patterns detected from this source port to destination port 80. And you're going to see screenshots in the next slide. And he wrote the impact assessment, potential data exfiltration or command and control communication. All right. Then timeline of the events. So there was an initial detection, escalation, and response timeline. Then it went on into the analysis and investigation. So root cause analysis, determine that unauthorized TCP traffic connections, determine that this connection was established with acknowledgement. All right, it was unauthorized. So then there's the other one, attack vector identification. So there is a suspected exfiltration of data employing a malware cookie called iced ID through a compromised system. Hopefully, we're going to see that in the future slides. And he identified the tools and techniques that he used. Wireshark for packet capture and analysis, network flow data analysis. Okay. Then he went on to tell us what the virus total gave him. So he said the IP scan revealed that 11 out of 91 security vendors flagged the IP address as malicious, and 13 out of 91 flagged the URL domain, and that's the URL domain as malicious. When you follow the link for detailed information, you're going to see, you would definitely see the um the details of what is mentioned. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So can you see that? I'm not sure if it's very clear for you because it's a bit glitchy here. So that's the 11 out of 91. Yeah. And that's the IP address. And that is Wireshark TCP stream. Okay. So all the summary that he wrote all the content of his executive summary detailing the destination and the source. You can see he's looking at the TCP protocol here, and he's highlighted the ports. I think I saw the ports. Yeah, that's it, the source port 62179 and the destination port. He highlighted that in the summary, and he's actually taken a screen grab of that and included that in the report. So next, this is another screenshot. Okay, that's the one that highlighted the 13 out of 91 security vendors that flagged the domain as malicious. So as you can see, when you go in, you will see the summary detection tab. So this is a summary tab. Uh, the previous tab showed the detection because we deep dived into virus total itself on Monday, and he also went into URL scan. It's a bit glitchy here, but I don't know if you can see this clearly. So this is a screen grab it took of the URL scan, and the content around URL scan, I'm going to read to you. That is it, the indicators of compromise. So it said network traffic associated with the initial ID infection. I still have a question around this for him. So you have, he said there's an HTTP GET request. Obviously, we know that this particular port is not secure. So we can see what the URL scan revealed, that there were other domain names associated with this IP, which gives us another level of information for us to take note of. So, and he did the check on virus total as well. And that is the link to it. We've seen the screenshot, so I'm not going to click on the link. Then he went on to include the findings. So vulnerabilities identified. So there's a lack of intrusion detection on network traffic, potential weak endpoint security, and virus needs an upgrade. And he also said the security gaps, okay? Traffic allowed on port 80, which shouldn't have happened. So there's a weakness in that port, hence the security gap. So obviously, if maybe some security rules needs to be tightened around that area. Then included the lessons learned, importance of continuous monitoring. Yeah. and the use of adequate firewalls and security rules. So obviously, if you've got some weakness and some weakness in the security rules, consequently, we need to tighten that and continuously monitor. Then we have recommendations, immediate actions under recommendations says block the suspicious IP address, conduct system scans for malware. So then we have the long-term security enhancements, yes, so that we don't keep having this sort of incidents happening consistently. So a long-term security enhancement plan is a good one to put in place. Okay, and is highlighted what needs to be done, implement secure SSL, HTTPS traffic, enhance endpoint protection, and conduct security awareness training. Yeah, because if the users of the organization systems are not security aware, they could also be they could also be the ones causing the weakness in the system for attackers. Then he mentioned best practices for prevention. Regularly review network traffic logs. This is consistently going to happen. Enhance incident response procedures. Okay, so I can see a lot of enhancement suggestions here. Okay, I think with security system, with security protection, it has to be continuously refined, enhanced, checks and things that needs to be put in place, patches that needs to be deployed, periodically and in time. So then we have the conclusion there. It's a summary of key points. Malicious network activity successfully detected and mitigated. Like this is so articulate. Then future consideration, use of IDS, intrusion detection systems, firewalls, and adequate endpoint protection. And appendices is added the technical details, Pcap packet capture with what he has looked at, network flow data analysis report, yeah, from all those tools, logs and evidences from all those tools that he has used. So that is it. I'm sure if we give some people chance, the report to go on and on and on. And I think that is the truth. Everyone that's presented has given us different insights into their perspective of analysis and all that. And if I were a SOC manager looking at this, I'm just going to be like, this person has even done like most of the job for me. James, that is from Lightning. So what do we do now? Should we do you want to give a feedback on this so that others can learn? Maybe some things were consistently emphasized here, or some things you were expecting to see you didn't see. Please, let's have your feedback. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I think I would like to hear other people's. For those apart from Fortune, who is just Fortune, welcome back. I know the rest of guys, they've kind of been on this journey of packet tracer with us. I want to hear other people's opinion first, then I'll say my own thoughts. So apart from Fortune, you're welcome to say your thoughts as well. Just looking at just looking at the structure of the reports, whatever you feel. But I like everyone, starting from Babajide, going with Esther, Fortune, and like that. So just let us know what you guys think of the report. then we'll go like one after the other. I'll start about the Esther, Fortune, Mezani, then Moses, Said, and Tosin. Then I would say my thought as well. Thank you, Esther. Sorry, Babajide, over to you. What do you think of the report, Sunny? Anything you think should be removed or should be added? Just just your general thoughts. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Babajide speaking. So far so good. He has done a fantastic job. If you actually look through his analysis, he was able to dissect everything from A to Z. And to be honest, I really can't say I want to take anything away from it or add anything to it. He's done a perfect job, to be honest. And then, like Lady Pat said, looking at what he's done, he looks as if he's a professional already, which I feel is getting there. So that's all from me.
Thank you so much, Babajide. Thank you. Esther, well, your thought, please.
For me, I would say he has really done a fantastic job as well. He really took it to another level. He showed us, what normally me myself would not even look at if I want to report it and analyze it. So it's really an eye opener for all of us to do more and go above and beyond to make our work easy and just to do beyond the scope of any assignments we're given. So just to take it beyond that level. So he's really done a good job. So that's it from me.
Thank you. Fortune, anything you want to say? Any thoughts? I know, like I said, I know you're just coming back, but just looking at the report and from your IT knowledge generally. So, what was your thoughts?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So for me, I think about Jide and Esther said it all. He was looking very professional and well, I don't know what has been discussed over the period I was away, but it looks like Lightning has done his own work and gone the extra mile. I probably wouldn't have written a report like that. So yeah, that's all I had to say.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Esther, any thoughts as well, please? Oh, sorry, no, Esther has spoken, right? Tosin left already. Mazini, your thoughts, please. Then we'll go to Moses.
Good
Yeah.
evening. I'm Alex. The report was very good. It was concise. I could understand everything. I could have not even, if I was asked to do it, I would have not been able to do it that good. And it was nice.
Thank you. I don't know if Moses can talk. Moses, can you talk where you are? If I'll just quickly your thoughts on the report. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, I can talk. Thank you very much. So it's like everyone has said, he has gone over and beyond. I have only kept it to the basic, followed the outline that was given to us. But yeah, he has added so many other things and gone beyond the probably the scope we were given or something. So yeah, excellent job. Well done.
Good. Pat, I know you're going to relate to Lightning. Yeah, I mean so putting on my my SOC manager hat now. It was a very good report, well detailed, well written, very good. No, I couldn't see any grammatical error. It was really good. And just in addition to what I'm going to say is that this report and what he has done. So the reason why I gave this task, I know exactly why I gave it. Because in an interview, they would ask us to walk. They'll say, "Can you walk me through an incident you've been involved? What was your involvement? What did you do?" So I hope we've been able to this exercise that we've done, we've literally walked through an incident, wrote a report, did the analysis, and we could use this for an interview any day, anytime. I just hope people have been able to get that from what we've done. Because lightning, if I'm a stock manager and I'm interviewing any one of you guys, any one of it. And by the way, all the reports, I told Pat, all the reports so far, they were good. So I mean, lightning added few things, but other than that, the one from Esther, the one from the rest of the guys, they Saeed, you know, standouts, very good reports, to be honest. I was talking to Pat today and I said, when I started soccer level one, I'll be sincere, I didn't write this kind of report. So it's really good. I'm really happy. So I started writing this kind of report when I got to level two, going into level three. So I'm really happy, like seeing people writing this. However, it's not about writing the reports. It's about I'm hoping that people are getting the understanding of what they are doing in terms of looking at an interview. Because in doing an interview has gone beyond what is now. They will tell you, can you walk me through? What were you doing this? What did you do? What was the involvement? You don't even have to say it was a training. You don't have to. You can just bring this scenario and just walk them through. So yeah, there was an infected machine wherever. Yeah, the pickup was given to the security team for analysis, and these are the things that I did. I did A, B, C. I wrote a report. In my report, it has this, is that. As in, because at the end of the day, you are just selling yourself, and when it comes to selling yourself, you could just if your mouth is sweet, as they say it in Nigeria, that's the way you can. So you just have to let your mouth be sweet.
Small.
No, that's just the truth. That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the truth.
That's what our Caucasian colleagues do.
So
Yeah.
that is the truth. The white folks does it. That's it. That's the truth. Because if you know the whole thing and you can actually sell yourself, present it well, they would think that you don't know it. So what I want to also do, and I've not discussed this with Pat, I'm just thinking about it. What I think we should do is to start to work out the interview based on this hands-on that we're doing. And each of us will start to go through an interview prep to say, okay, tell me, walk me through the incident you've handled. How did you do it? What did you do? Because it's a different thing. During an interview, you're not going to write, you're not going to be writing it, you're going to be saying it. So we need to be preparing that as well. We need to be, so that if people are like struggling with communicating, then we can start to work on that one, because it's important. Because at the end of the day, in cyber, there's a lot of communication as well. There's a lot of writing as well. But in getting the job first, like getting your foot in the door, unfortunately, is going to be talking. It's going to be more of talking than writing. You will do the writing while you are in, but getting the job first. I hope Lightning will be able to translate all of these things that he has written and be able to talk about it with his mouth, like with his sweet mouth. That's the next step that we want to do now. Be able to, all of those things that we've written, be able to explain it to someone and walk them through end to end with your mouth, without you like flowing. That's what they like here. Unfortunately, they it's not like you cannot have like one or two like pause whatever, but generally they just believe. I don't know where they got the belief from, which is not true, but unfortunately that's the belief. They believe that if you know something, then you should be able to talk about it without stopping, without just it will just flow naturally. And to be honest, looking at it truly, for those of us that loves football, those Chelsea, Arsenal, whatever supporter, if they are talking about their club, you just hear them up. They can talk because it's just natural to them, right? That is the way our career should be as well. It should be natural to us. It should be something that we are very comfortable with, because we are going to be talking to a lot of stakeholders, a lot of very exactly, a lot of very high personalities, and we should be able to. I mean, not doesn't mean that you should be talking nonsense. No, sometimes if you don't have anything to say, you just keep quiet. It's better than just saying rubbish. But generally, when there's a time for you to talk, and you should be able to hold hold your thoughts, make sure you speak in a way that everybody knows, oh, this guy is security guy, making sure that we are saying the right terminologies is very important. I saw lightly using the words like exfiltration. Yeah, that's the right word, data exfiltration, all these kind of buzzwords. We need to be saying them, with not only writing them but saying them, getting used to them, because that is what we are going to be using in an interview. What Lightning has done, what Side has done, what Tosin and Esther has done on all of the guys is just an incident that happened. It actually happened in my workplace. That pickup that I said was something that happened in my workplace. And what we did was what I asked us to do. And to be honest, and that's a good thing about people, because we think differently. You can say the way Side wrote the report was different from what the way Lightning, and that is the point of team, because we think differently. People see things differently and they put it down differently. But at the end of the day, we are trying to achieve the same thing. But I think bottom line for me is that we would start to go into these. So when we do something like this and hands-on stuff like this, we go through the report, go through all of the next phase will be we start to teach ourselves or walk ourselves through. Imagine Pat and I are just interviewer, then we go through it. Tell me about the time you've handled an incident. What did you do? Because those are the questions that they would ask. So the earlier we start to get used to them, the earlier we start to talk about them, it will just be second nature when you are in the real interview. It won't make any it will just look as if you are in your class, with your guys. We'll just be saying it. It won't be You won't see those interviewers as any big deal. Just see them as, oh, I'm talking to Side, I'm talking to Esther, I'm talking to Ebele. I think that will be the next phase, because you will feel so comfortable. We will feel so comfortable that we can explain our thoughts, we can explain our experience, we can explain our expertise to the third parties, and we can articulate it clearly. You don't have to you don't have to speak British accent. It's not important. What is important is articulating it. Let them understand what you are saying, and it's very clear, and you are able to communicate it very clear. I did this, I did that. This was my involvement. I was the guy that analyzed the pickup. I looked for all the source, all the indication of compromise. They were communicating to this, to that. Just make it very clear. Then, what was your recommendation? I recommended that the IP should be blocked because of this, because I looked at different sources and I could see from IP void or a URL scan that the IP it's malicious. Looking at different, just kind of it's just like story. To be honest, I see interview as story, selling myself. That's the way I see it. And depends on how much you can sell yourself. So that's a skill that we need to learn as well, because I know people that are very techy. They can do the job, but they cannot interview because they just struggle with that. So it's something that is also very important, because they cannot explain their thoughts, they cannot explain their experience, they cannot explain what they've done. And unfortunately, people just don't believe that they can do it, even though they can do it. But they're not coming across as someone who can do it, and that's just the reality. So there are phases, there are different levels. So this level is, the reports that we've written stand out. Ebele sent me our own report too, which is really good. So I didn't plan to present it, but she
You
can
want me
as well.
to share? Okay.
I think
Ibile is
she
here.
can
She's here. Oh, she's here. I think she can share. Yeah.
she can as well present it if she wants. Ebele, would you mind just going through your
If our
reports.
network is fine.
The rest of the guys, if that's okay for you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Okay, I cannot share my screen. My network is unstable. If you can share, let me just talk while I look at it. I might go off and on. Please bear. I'll
So
wait.
wait, let me do.
Hey, good evening, everyone, once again. Okay, I started with the executive summary. The first question says, state in simple terms, in simple direct terms, what happened, when, who, and what. So I start with the date. It was the 21st of January. The time, I got it when you click on the very packet HTTP, the one I analyzed. I got all details there. The host name was there. And then using the IP address, I checked the IP address on VirusTotal, and I got to see that 3 security vendors flagged the IP address as malicious. And then the 3 vendors that did was CY Radar, malware URL, and unfortunate. And then analysis started. The source ports, the destination ports, the destination ports, that's 80, it's an unsecured port. And then I looked up, that's like a card, don't know, here, it's fine. When I looked up that packet on Wireshark, when you look at it, beneath it, that is where you see details of what I used. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, you see details of what I used. When I opened the HTTP stream, and I got details. The user agent was Mozilla. The host IP address 209.141.51.196. That very IP address was what I checked. Next slide, please. That very IP address, I checked it on VirusTotal. And then those 3, next slide. The one that has VirusTotal analysis. Next.
What can you see? Yeah, we're on VirusTotal. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me zoom in.
VirusTotal.
Yes.
So the 3 vendors flagged it. 3 vendors flagged it malicious. And then when I looked at those 3 vendors, they were CY Radar, malware URL, and Fortinet. Then looking at the VirusTotal, a place says detection where we have the those that flagged the security vendors that flagged it. And I went to relations. You remember?
Yeah.
I went to, yes, relations.
Relations,
you remember
yeah.
there was a time we did one, and then it tells you how many that detected he's been communicating with a number of files. So I went to that relations, and I got to see that he's actually communicating with some other file.
Yeah.
If you check 31 different files, and now when you look at that 31 different files, I chose to open one of them, and it was actually malicious.
Malicious.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
We saw that
yes.
on Monday, yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I now noticed it was malicious. I tried to open one of them. When I opened one of them, 18 out of 62 flagged that very file as malicious. And then I saw something new. And it says no sandboxes flagged this file as malicious. And I got curious. I had to look up what sandboxes. yes, what it's about, and I got little information about it. And if you look at that last box, the last one, the last analysis, where you have 18, you see those next slide.
That's it. Can you see it? 18.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. You have that Trojan,
Yeah, this, yeah.
Alibaba, CYNet, all those ones they flagged it red. So my recommendation for that, I saw it, a lot of malwares were in it. A malware was detected, files were infected. So my recommendation was that such infected files should be isolated, where especially since malware has been detected. It's used an unencrypted port 80, which is an insecure transfer protocol. And installation, I recommended an installation of a real-time analysis tool, Wireshark, for incident responses and alerts, as well as defensive tool for intrusion detection, such as now. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Ebele. Well done. I hope this is making sense, or we are speaking Greek.
Yes, it makes sense.
Great, yeah. Okay, comments, questions. Good job, Obele.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Yeah, I mean, no, obviously I've seen it, so again, I've seen the report, so yeah,
Yeah.
I just maybe people that have not seen it, but yeah, I think it was okay. I think the curiosity of analysts is what I've seen in Ibeli, trying to dig deep. So which is how you to really, because if you don't have that curiosity as a security analyst, yeah, it's really difficult to be successful in it. So you can't be someone that will do basics in security, cannot do basics. You need to go far and beyond. So which is what I've seen in this class. So because you just have to, okay, what about, and there's no, you can't be wrong. Most times, if you feel like you should check it, then check it. Most times you always be right, because, and even if it's not a big deal, at least you will have, you know done yourself a very good service by looking at it, because it might just be that stone that has not been turned that will now turn out to be major stuff. And yeah, honestly, I'm really happy tonight that I can't really fault anything. So thank you, Billy.
Yeah. So thank you, James. Thanks, everyone. So I typed in the chat, I suggested this coming Saturday for us to have like a knowledge check, and we can actually make it an interview prep session. The guys in the advanced team would have had theirs in the morning. So I think, yeah, of course, in the advanced team is always in the mornings when it's interview prep. But I think we can have for the people on the internship, we can make use of our Saturday, because ideally anything career development interview prep happens on Thursday. But I know that the time we have will not be enough. So I'm happy for us to have like an interview prep session on Saturday. And of course, if you really want to be part of the interview prep session, please signify in the Telegram group, because at that point, we believe that when anyone who is signifying interest is kind of job ready. So if I get some of our mentors on the call that night, and I might probably get DJ on the call too, and James, of course. So it's it makes it worth everybody's best use of your time that we have someone who has signified and we know that that person is like job market ready, and you we pay attention, like a bit of more attention to you because you are at that place, you are self-motivated and you want to go all out there. So um at least you get some feedback, and then you build the confidence. The feedback helps you to build the confidence to know how to refine what you say out there, technically. And sometimes the way you structure your responses, that matters a lot. Five people can go into an interview and talk about how they dealt with an incident response, and they want to talk about a pickup file, analyzing a pickup file for an incident that occurred using Wireshark. And they'll say it in different ways. But the one that articulates it better with a structure that is understandable, simple, concise, and the one that says it with some with some special skill. And what is that special skill? The ability for the interviewers to remember you. I think that is also part of it. So you'll be more relaxed. The more you do it, the more you'll get more confident in saying, because obviously if it's new, it's still new. I mean, like, I'm sure um it's going to help. It's going to help. It's going to help. So please do signify 9 p.m. on Saturday. Let's know who is coming in. So we'll see how to make arrangements for that. And of course, if you want to come in and listen as well, maybe you're going to be geared up to start doing that. But from all indications and experience, it's people who put themselves forward out that usually get the most results early and quick on time, because they tend to learn their lessons, and they put that into use when they go out there consistently. Oh, Moses hasn't had a chance. Okay, Moses, please share your you're free to share if everybody is happy. You're free to share. Let's give Moses a chance. A few minutes to share. You can share if you can.
Oh, thank you
Then
very much, Pat.
yeah.
I am unable to share on this system, but I just wanted to talk through what I
Okay.
did, if
Mhm.
that's okay,
Yeah, that is
please.
fine.
All right. So, for me, the approach I had for this, for the task, so I had to, obviously, because I couldn't participate when we had it on Thursday. So I had
Yeah.
to like listen to the video again. And I think one of the questions that was asked was, at what point do you um, you know, satisfy yourself that you've done an exhaustive analysis? So
Okay.
I'll just talk through what I did, and my report. I can send it to you after this call if that's okay.
Okay.
Essentially, I went online. I wanted to basically I was looking for a step-by-step kind of guide, just something to keep me right, or just to write something to document something for myself. Like, okay, when I do all this, I'll be sure that I've done a thorough analysis. So I decided to maybe write for myself steps in analyzing a Pcap file. So that was one of the things I did. So I have it written on my system here. I can just run through them, and I'll also see some of the things I did with the files that was sent over. So in my step one is what basically everybody did. Open the pcap file in Wireshark, and you know well, let me not bore you with all of that. Step two, filter relevant traffic. That's the IP address, the TCP, UDP. And then step three, analyze the packet details. And step four, follow the TCP stream. And one thing that I found very useful was the use of the statistics tool. So essentially, when I click on the statistics tool, I found out that it gives me an overview of, the percentage of the protocols that were used during uh, within the communication for the period of the time that the packet was captured. So it kind of helped me to prioritize the focus of my analysis. So for one of the what do you call it? For one of the files that was sent to us, when I went to the statistics and then went under the protocol hierarchy, let me see, summary first of all, statistics. Yes, so I went under the summary of the protocol hierarchy. I discovered that for most of the communication, the TCP protocol has the greatest percentage anyway. So I decided to focus my analysis on the TCP protocol for that one. And I did what everyone did, checking the IP address. And one of the IP addresses I found to be malicious was the 224.0.0.22. Checked it on the virus total, and it was flagged up by only one vendor. And I kind of captured that in my report, even though it's not as detailed as most other people's. But one other thing I discovered on the virus total was the fact that the uh, the security level threat associated with the IP address was rated low. So it was a minor threat. And for that, I made some recommendations, which was blocking and monitoring of the IP address, detailed analysis, update security measures, employee awareness, and collaboration with security experts. Another thing I was able to find out was when I went on the view for the Wireshark, I was also able to see the coloring rules, which was the default coloring rules for the Wireshark. I don't know, James can